Hey guys, welcome back to Bloodborne. It's been a little while since the last video. I think we just got the rune workshop tool, and so now where do we need to go? Where do we need to go? There's... I wonder... oh, how do we get... See, this is the thing with, like I said in an earlier episode, there's a couple of moments in Bloodborne where we're a little bit, like, forgetful of what the next thing is. I think we need to go back to the is it the Church of the Good Chalice? Because there is a door that was previously locked to us, but is now accessible, I believe. I think this actually opens up a little bit prior to where we are. No, this is the wrong church. My apologies for the extra couple of loading screens. Yeah, if you remember, we went to a door and they said, "What's the password?" and we had no response. I think after you kill Vicar Amelia, is it this? No, I think I just went to the wrong one. Grand Cathedral is the one. Yeah, I think this door opens up after you beat Vicar Amelia. I think after you get that cutscene, I think you find out the password from there. So let's go and find out if I'm right or not. Trusty old saw cleaver. See you later, guys. Right, this could get a little messy. See, these guys are all kind of knelt down now before you get to them. Yes, I know. Okay. Anyone followed us? I think we exhausted all this chap's dialogue here, haven't we?
Oh, good to see you safe. Now, let's think up something to discuss. Just tell me what piques your interest.
Yeah, we've talked to him about all that.
Farewell.
Thanks for the knowledge, sir.
The password.
There you go. Fear the old blood. And the guy asking for the password. I don't think he's doing too well. Already dead. Some bad man's knowledge from him anyway. So onwards. trick of the light. I thought there was something there then. There is something over here though. How about? Nice bit of thick cold blood. Yo. Up here, bro. Ow. Try that again. Just turning my headphones down a bit. This is like ridiculous. Burst my eardrums. More upgrade items, always helpful. Twin shards. There's quite a few enemies down here. Okay, so we got one guy up there. Foul beast. There's more down here who I want to take out before I go up there, I think. Unless, are they on a patrol? Well, here comes this guy anyway. Ooh, a dead blood gemstone. That might be quite good. Gemstones. Blunt attack. Well, it would probably go quite well on the thing is though, there aren't that many weapons that are always blunt. Like, there's a lot that are blunt once you've transformed them, but when they're in their untransformed, the blunt won't have any effect. Which is not the greatest thing. But anyway, so we get the first lamp in this area here. I see a door here. Ow! Like, ow. What's the dealio, bro? And there'll be this door that we can't go through yet. Does not open from this side. From Soft's motto. And then we got this chap on a bridge. Chap on a bridge. Curse you, foul beast. Chap with a gun. More twin shards. Excellent, exactly what we want. Oh, it's this pile of wood here. It's a trap. It's a trap. You stand on there, this big log will come down and give you a good thwack. And off over to the right here, we'll have one of these guys, who I didn't parry in time. Down here, you can see there's a fair amount of enemies, so we want to try and, again, get them one by one. So ideally we want to get the dogs first. So let's get some pebbles. So he should come after us now. Woof woof. Is he on his way? Can hear movement. Sounds like he's stuck on something. He's on his way back. Lame. Oh, I'd have to get a shield guy first. Shield guy. Here we go. No. I'm over here, friend. Yo. Foul beast. Right, see if we can get the other dog. It's almost always the way, isn't it, that the normal enemies do more damage to you, and generally more of a threat. But then if you're fighting them and like a dog enemy or a spider enemy or a, you know, oh, did he run into the fire? He ran into the fire, didn't he? Well, that's okay. It's good for us. Yeah, but if you're fighting both enemy types at once, the dogs are usually the thing that push you over the edge. Like, do that last little bit of damage because they're so quick. They're usually the thing that ends you. Ow. Don't usually get hit by shield guy. Yes, I'm a bit of a foul beast. I apologise about that. Right, we'll take your blood vial and your quicksilver bullets for 10. Nice. More twin shards. Yeah, when they keep giving you upgrade materials, it's the game saying, right, you need to make sure that your weapon's at a certain level in this area. I think we're already at that level with this weapon anyway, so it doesn't really matter to us, but they are very, very good with item placement. Okay, so if we went that way, there's an item, but there's also a drop, I believe, which we want to avoid for now, but we will come back to later. Or is it this way, the drop? Yeah, this way is the drop. That way is an item, and we will go there. I believe it's all snakes and such. Snakes are dogs. crow. Hello, crow. Why, crow? Why? Any reason to come back here? I guess just the bug thing, whatever you call them. I forget what they call them in those in Bloodborne. But yeah, that way is another trap. So we're gonna go round the outside. Oh, I thought I got him. More beast blood pellets. If you remember, they're the things that give you the more hits that you the more times you hit something, the more damage you start dealing. It can be very, very useful in boss fights. More so useful when you've got a I don't know if it's the more hits or the more damage actually. I'll have to check that. Because there's quite a distinction between more hits and more damage. Okay, so here we're going to see the entrance to this hamlet of sorts. But we're going to again go around the outside. And there's a vital NPC to speak to in this little hut here.
Oh, a hunter of beasts, are you? Glory be. You know not the value you possess. But more's the pity. The hours of the night are many, and the beasts more than I can count. A veritable hunt, unending. Not even death offers solace, and the blood imbibes you. A most frightful fate. Oh my. But I'm willing to do you a kindness. Step lightly round to the right of the great cathedral and seek an ancient, shrouded church. The gift of the Godhead will grant you strength. Yes, I'm unquestionably certain.
Tonsil stone. Now, so this item, like he says, if we go to the right of the Grand Cathedral, you end up in this kind of like, so it's almost like a bit of a, I'm going to say like another little church or something. And if you go there without speaking to him, you'll get grabbed by a huge monster that is invisible to you, and you'll die and go back to wherever you spawned before. But if you have this tonsil stone, it will transport you to another realm, a nightmare, I believe. So, what does it say about it? A latticed deformed rock, or perhaps a meteorite, appears useless but possesses some odd gravitational force that prevents its riddance. A dubious soul once said, "Step lightly round to the right of the Grand Cathedral and seek an ancient shrouded church. The gift of the Godhead will grant you strength." So yeah, that allows us to access another area, which, like I say, is very useful. And from here we can see this guy down here who's waiting in ambush. Okay, so there are some dogs around here. We're gonna want to take them out now while the cages are shut, because that will not always be the case. So, why, Crow? Why? just before we're just gonna go up here and get this. There's some another outfit up here. I always want to say armor, but it's not necessarily armor in this game. Kind of is, but a white church set, cool. So that's one. If you remember when we went to that place with the crazy electric boss. What's in there? Is there something in there? Ooh. No, it's just a okay. With a crazy electrified dark beast pile boss. We met the NPC that saw us in Gascoigne's gear and said, who recognised us as someone who worked in the church, and then that let us transport her to the hub area where all the NPCs are. That's the white church set is another set that you can wear to do the same thing. Now we're gonna meet a new enemy type down here, and they're no joke. Oh no, it's the same as the same as those big guys up top. Sorry, I thought they were new, but it's just in here. They can be a little bit tougher to deal with, and you'll see why shortly. No, that's not good for us. Down here, the main thing to remember is stay out of the water as much as possible. As you can see, it gives us poison. So what we're going to do is we're going to get rid of these. In fact, we might need the stones, but we're going to equip some antidotes. And quick item 2, we're also going to get the pebbles back out. Okay. But also, as well as the water being poisonous, there's a lot of annoying snakes in the water. And they are hugely annoying. I'm just going to wait while that guy goes a bit further over there. See these snakes here. I'm going to let them come to us. Chill out here while this poison goes down. This is kind of a safe-ish area. You can run up this and start going up the ladder if anything kind of chases you into here. So there's always an exit from here. Here we've got another one of these guys. But you want to take out the snakes before you fight those guys, if at all possible. They don't seem to be aggroed on us anymore anyway. But better safe than sorry, yeah. See, now we've got slow poisoning. So we're going to pop antidote. Give ourselves a heal. And now we'll get this guy's attention. Hey. Hey. Yeah, I'm here. See, they do a fair amount of damage. But like I said, we can always run off up here if we're in trouble. Can we get around him? Okay, that's 2. We have another dude there. Do we still get poisoned? Oh, we're gonna get poisoned. Right. Ah, snakes! Okay, the snake's still gonna follow us here. Apparently not. Can tentatively take these guys out there. Maybe do they respond to rocks? I don't like it. Hey snakes. Hey snakes. Okay. How many more snakes here? There are more snakes about. Are we... Ow. So we're not getting poisoned here. Okay. Although the camera is not liking the fact that we're on here. More snakes. Any more snakes? There's 2 to the left of him there. Snakes. Snakes. Oh, we're gonna die. Yeah. Oh no. Oh, that's a long run back. And we have to fight those 2. Oh, that was stupid. Completely my fault, but it was stupid. Oh, man. The amount of times I've died in that place. Over the course of however many playthroughs I've had so far. Oosh. Don't even bear thinking about. Yes. But yeah, it's a bit of a hefty run back. We should be able to get back to that cave though, without fighting any of those enemies again. But then, obviously, in the cave we need to. Although I'm actually thinking. I might just, we got most of the items there, I might just grab there's one more item, basically, that we kind of want, but I might just grab that and then be on my merry way. This is probably the most dangerous part of the run back. And then all these dogs, I don't know, that they might be out of the cage now. Oh no, still in cages, that's fine. Oh no. Oh. Okay. So. Next item is... Whoa! I didn't mean to drop down, but okay, that'll do. Fair enough. And another death. Okay, fair enough. Well, we've got all the items now, so we can just run straight through that area. We lost a fair amount of blood echoes, but that doesn't really matter. Doesn't really matter. It's like in a Souls game, if you get upset when you lose souls because you've died twice, you're gonna have a bad time. I knew there was a lot of snakes down there, but I wasn't sure if you could just run past them or not. Well, we've learned. You can't. Okay, so now I can progress through that area. And it brings us to an interesting place. Somewhere we've been before. And all being well, we should be able to run past all these guys and not have to fight everybody as well. As you can see, those guys respawn. We ain't having none of that. We got all the decent items from down here anyway, so let's just move on. Oh, something died. But what? What is it? I'm getting a delivery this evening. Some extra RAM, so I'm taking my PC up from 16 gigs of RAM to 32, which should potentially, well, may potentially allow me to be recording something whilst I'm rendering, which would be amazing, because then that would mean, well, it's multitasking in it, being able to render, say, this episode of Bloodborne whilst I'm also playing the next episode of Control or something, you know. So that should, in theory, speed things up a little bit and make things. I mean, this PC is all singing and dancing, and the only thing that I thought when I bought it was would need an upgrade would be the RAM. But I thought I'll start out with 16 gig, see how we go with that, and everything's perfectly fine with 16 gig RAM. I've had no problems or issues with it at all. But then 32 will just allow me to do a few more things at once, which is pretty cool. So if you notice, this is the very start of the game. Now we're just going to go back up and see Iosefka. She's going to give us another vial. Do we have a vial from Iosefka? Doesn't look like it. Okay, cool.
Oh, hello. You made it. Find any survivors? Or only beasts? Tell anyone who's human about Iosefka's clinic. I will take proper care of them. They're in your hands. And soon, mine.
She's starting to sound a bit strange, isn't she?
If you find anyone who's still human, send them straight. You can assure them there's no place safer. Please, do me this service. If you find anyone who's
okay,
still
so we found she's not giving us any vials anymore. So So I think we've got all the dialogue we can. But if you notice, the voice is very different to at the start of the game. It's not quite right. But anyway, so this is what we opened up when we came up through that came up that ladder. This gate here that was just coming off of the starting area, and this leads us to another area around the back, or around the side of Iosefka's clinic. I'm going to find some strange beings indeed. I thought I was quick enough. I wasn't quick enough. Yikes. Well, I'm glad it wasn't instant death. Not again. Now get out of there. Heal up again. Let's just do a dance around it. No. These things, man. Whew. That's a bit of an encounter, wasn't it? Jeez. Okay. So I think that enemy is the kind of the main threat in this area. Sometimes those guys go down quite easy, and sometimes not so much. We're going to climb up here onto the top of here, and we're going to see some crows. Why, crow? Why? Sorry, I keep saying that, but and then find this entrance here. What do you know? Here we are at the very first room that we started out in, and we've found this Canehurst summons. What's that all about? And these weird alien-looking dudes. And then we get Iosefka's blood vial off of that crazy cat. And we can again open this door, which is from the, like I say, from the first room. And if you remember that note that we saw when we first woke up here. So what is going on in here? Why is there now these weird ethereal, astral type folks? So it's quite difficult to see at the moment.
Ah, moonlit scents. How did you worm your way in here? Very unfortunate. I had such high hopes for you. Well, would you mind leaving us alone? You'll do the rescuing, and I'll do the saving. But if you refuse to leave... Oh. I've always wanted to try my hand on a hunter.
Ow, why can't I move? Okay. Man, it's the glare from... I'm having to keep the window open because I'm expecting someone to turn up sometime in the near future. But it also means Bloodborne's really hard to see. Ow, ow, ow. The whip. The whip. That's dangerous. We need to watch out for that. Oh, that's even more dangerous. And then she heals. Okay. Survive this fight. Oh, what? I didn't get the request.
How exciting. I've never worked on a hunter before.
Yeah, so that line of dialogue, actually, it's quite good that we died there. Because otherwise I wouldn't have got that line of dialogue. I've never worked on a hunter before. Worked on a hunter. Now then, so what's she working on, and why is she working on people? What's that all about? Okay, so we wanna let's go back to the hunter's dream. Few things. I want to see if we can upgrade his weapons a bit, and also if what new blood gems we've picked up and if they're going to be better. We can take this to a +6 now, which is good. So let's use some cold blood. We were doing Ludwig's as well, weren't we? So let's take that up as far as we can, which is there, and hunter pistol +3. Okay, yeah, cool. So blood gems for the saw cleaver. Anything better than what we've now got 3 slots. So I mean that's not really going to do anything for us, is it? But I believe actually. Hey, do we not have a? Have I got it on the hunter pistol? Yeah, let's take that off. Put the blood tinge gemstone on there, because I think in that slot we can use the... Yeah, okay, cool. So that's still the best... So, yeah, we're still rocking the best ones at the moment. Yeah, okay. But we do have a more upgraded weapon, which is nice. How are we doing for vials and quicksilver bullets? Oh, not so good on the vials. I mean, you can always farm for this stuff, but I always think if you can buy them, it just means less farming. I must have done the farming route that I usually do countless times on this game, so if anything I can do to farm less is good. Okay, that's enough for some vials at least. What is 78? So let's do 60 maybe, and then some more quicksilver bullets. Okay, so we're about 100 of each, that's not too bad. Okay, just trying to think where the next boss is. Well, I know where the next boss is, I'm trying to think how long it will take to get to the next boss. I think I might cut this episode here, and then, oh, in fact, actually, should we try beat Iosefka and then call it a day, so let's do that. Oh, well, Iosefka in inverted commas. The person claiming to be Iosefka. Claims and jazz and stuff. This will be a tough fight. It might take us a few attempts. And I've gone the wrong way, but that's all good. Right, so we now know that this character is experimenting on folks, so you can hazard a guess as to what happens to the people that you send to Iosefka's clinic. We didn't check this room out last time. What do we get from here? I forget. Ooh, communion. A rune. What does that do? I'll keep doing that. Max files held up +1. Oh, +3, so it might be the better one. What have we got? Damage reduction more from visceral attacks and quicksilver bullets. Okay. Right, we've got some fire paper or something. Might be worth taking a blood pellet as well. Don't know if this stuff's going to really help. It's just we probably need to get a little bit lucky and aggression. Curse this oblivious fool. So what do we get from... So we get another rune there. Odeon Writhe. Let's have a look. No, Erden Writhe, should I say. Odeon. Let's go to the cinema, shall we? So, visceral attacks grant 2 quicksilver bullets. That's pretty cool. Especially if you're doing some farming. Okay, cool. There's not like a chest or out in here as well that I'm struggling to see because of the glare on the screen. In fact, if I look at the PC screen that's capturing it, that's much better, but it's not responding as quickly. There's a slight lag. That's weird. That's very strange. Although I am getting the audio with at the rate that I'm like the audio I'm getting has a slight lag on it to what's actually coming out of the PS4. But if I'm looking at the TV screen rather than the monitor that's capturing it, the monitor from my PC that's capturing it, you get a more instant feedback even though the sound's delayed slightly. But you don't really notice it as you're playing. There's like there'll be a few enemy sounds that you think, huh, that was a little bit later than I would have expected. But yeah, so let's go back to the Hunter stream, and like I say, we'll call it a day there after finding out some secrets of Iosefka, or imposter Iosefka, or whatever you want to say. Bum 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 bum. Ching. Ching, 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 ching. So, yeah. Next time we'll continue on the forest area and start clearing all that out and fighting the boss there, and that'll lead us to a really interesting area. Although there are a couple of other options, a couple of other places that we could go at this point. So, I don't know, maybe we'll decide then. So, thanks as ever for joining us, and I shall catch you in the next episode. Alright, in a bit.